Chris Christie over here attacking Libertarians. Let me go ahead and play for you what he's been saying.
And so, and on the libertarianism side of things, as a former prosecutor and who was appointed by President George W. Bush on September 10th, 2001.
First off, I gotta say, that's a nice date plug. Like, we don't know about 9/11. How about you speak on Building 7 of 9/11, all right?
I just want us to be really cautious because this strain of libertarianism that's going through both parties right now and making big headlines, I think is a very dangerous thought. President Obama has done nothing to change the policies.
Yeah, you're exactly right. He's done nothing to change the policies. He ran on Hope and Change in 2008 and 2007, and nothing's changed. He's carried on the Bush administration's war on terror policies to the T and actually advanced them even more. He's added the NDAA, specifically Section 1021 of the NDAA, which basically negates Posse Comitatus Act of like 1860 or something like that, which was after the Civil War. It was post-Civil War, saying that the Army couldn't operate inside the U.S.
of the Bush administration and the war on terrorism, and I mean practically nothing. And you know why? Because they work. Because they work. And I think what we as a country has to decide is, do we have amnesia?
Yeah, do we have amnesia? Let's talk about 9/11 Building 7. How did Building 7 fall? How about Hope and Change? We haven't seen no change yet. What about that amnesia?
Because I don't. And I remember what we felt like on September 12th, 2001. And have there been some mistakes made over the course of time? Of course, because it's human beings and their judgment calls. There have been some mistakes made.
Yeah, let's talk about the letters that Susan Rice wrote to George W. Bush, or let's talk about the couple of CIA agents that stepped down or resigned because they felt like their warnings weren't being heeded.
But I want to say that I think both the way President Bush conducted himself and the way President Obama has conducted himself in the main on those type of decisions hasn't been different because they were right and because we haven't had another one of those attacks that cost thousands and thousands of lives.
Thank you, Chrissy. Just proved my point. No change. There's no hope and there's no change.
And as the governor now of a state that lost the second most people on 9/11 behind the state of New York and still...
Oh, Building 7 once again.
Seeing those families, John, I love all these esoteric debates that people are getting in.
Senator Rand Paul, for example.
Well, listen, you can name any number of people who've engaged in it, and he's one of them. I mean, these esoteric, intellectual debates, I want them to come to New Jersey and sit across from the widows and the orphans and have that conversation.
Yeah, let's have the conversation about all the warning signs that the Bush administration ignored.
And they won't, because that's a much tougher conversation to have. So as a country, and whoever's the leader of this country...
The response to Obama being in the White House, do you think?
No, I don't think so.
This drift towards libertarianism?
No, I don't think so, but I think he started to cause it. I don't think it's in reaction to him, but he had a lot of rhetoric in 2008. He was going to close Guantanamo. He was going to stop this. He was going to stop that. And I remember I used to say to Mary Pat all the time, as somebody who had top secret clearance,
he's going to close Gitmo. Exactly. What happened? We're torturing people. Look up Mos Def's when he voluntarily goes under the force feeding procedures that happen at Gitmo. Right now, there's like over 100 and something people doing detainees doing hunger strikes because there's 86 of them that are cleared to be released. That have been cleared to be released for years now, and are still there, being held indefinitely. It's a modern day fucking Gestapo and shit. Like, come on, seriously, Christy?
I said, when he sits in that chair and starts to hear those briefings, his tune's going to change fast. And it has. And so for those of us who are on the front line of it...
Neocon.
For those of us who are on the front line of that in the years
Big
after
spender.
that, the U.S. attorneys, the FBI, the CIA, the people who are on the front line of trying to keep this country safe, I just say it's not a debate not
Shackled
worth
to the
having.
military-industrial
But I think we need to be
complex.
very cautious about how joyful we are over the idea that somehow we're going to shift this baby way back, because the next attack that comes, that kills thousands of Americans as a result, people are going to be looking back on the people who are having this intellectual debate and wonder whether or not they put what our first job is, all of us, is to protect the lives of the people we serve. And I'm very nervous about the direction this is moving in.
Really, Chris Christie? What makes you nervous? Oh, you're nervous that the military-industrial complex is gonna stop getting their handouts? Is that what it is? Oh, I thought you were a fiscal conservative. Oh, really? No, no, I didn't think so. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what I thought, Christie.